Today we're taking a look at a specific excerpt from a devotional called Rhapsody of Realities.
Right, the April 4th entry by Pastor Chris.
Yeah, titled The True God and Eternal Life. So our mission today is to figure out this really fascinating paradox the text presents. Like, why was the physical manifestation of a deity totally unrecognized by the people who were literally standing right next to him?
Yeah, because usually you'd expect, a massive spectacle.
Right. Blinding light, a glowing aura, the whole 9 yards. But this text presents what is basically the ultimate undercover boss scenario.
I like that. Undercover boss.
Yeah, like the creator of the universe stepping onto the factory floor in, well, a completely everyday, unremarkable uniform.
And the text actually anchors that ordinary uniform in historical prophecy. It cites Isaiah 53.2, which said centuries earlier that he possessed no beauty that we should desire him.
Wow. So absolutely no physical glow.
None at all. And the author highlights this striking proof point. Jesus looks so remarkably average that Judas actually had to use a kiss to identify him to the authorities.
Just to pick him out of a lineup of his own disciples? That's wild.
It is. Because there was no undeniable visual proof, it meant skepticism didn't just exist. It completely flourished, even among the people who knew him best.
Okay, wait, I have to push back here, though. Because even without, a glowing aura, wouldn't his teachings and his literal miracles be a dead giveaway?
You would think so, yeah.
Like, if you see a guy give sight to a blind person, do you really need a halo to believe he's special?
Well, you would think a miracle would override a lack of physical beauty. But the text points out that the Pharisees and religious leaders completely dismissed him. They actually called him a sinner.
Wait, really? After a literal miracle?
Yeah, they ridiculed the blind man for testifying about being healed. It really comes down to confirmation bias. The elites had a preconceived script of what the Messiah should look like.
Like a conquering, glowing king.
Right. And because he showed up as an ordinary carpenter, they rejected him entirely.
That is massive cognitive dissonance. They're looking at a miracle, but because the guy performing it doesn't fit their visual stereotype, their brains literally couldn't reconcile it.
Precisely. They just rationalized the miracle away to protect their existing worldview.
Yeah.
And this confirmation bias wasn't just limited to the religious elites either.
Oh, really?
And the text references John 7.5 to show that his own siblings didn't recognize his glory.
Oh, wow. The people he grew up with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The people sharing a dinner table with him didn't believe in him. When he was crucified, his mother was there, but his brothers and sisters were nowhere to be found.
So even proximity didn't break through that bias?
Not at all. They completely abandoned him, only believing after his ascension.
So if even his own family and the religious elites rejected him despite the miracles, what is the author trying to tell us about the nature of truth itself?
Well, the author synthesizes this into a final theological point, drawing on 1 John 5.20 and John 17.3. The ultimate takeaway is that public opinion, rejection, unbelief, none of that altered his fundamental identity.
Because humans constantly conflate spectacle with truth, right? We just assume that if something is real, it's got to be loud and obvious.
Exactly. But the text maintains he was the true God and eternal life in human flesh, regardless of whether anyone recognized the disguise. The reality of who he was wasn't dependent on human validation.
Which leaves you with something pretty profound to mull over. We are so conditioned to wait for the fireworks, for the undeniable spectacle to prove that something matters.
Yeah, we really are.
But if the ultimate truth can be standing right in front of people, disguised as a perfectly average carpenter, how often do we fail to recognize extraordinary value or profound truth in our own lives, simply because it arrives in an ordinary, familiar package? Well, thank you for unpacking all that with us today.
Always a pleasure. Until next time.
We trust you were blessed by this episode. To gain unlimited access to Rhapsody of Realities by Pastor Chris, please download the Rhapsody app using the link myapp.rhapsodyofrealities.org. God bless you.